Welcome to Motor Max, your ultimate destination for everything on two wheels. Whether you ride for passion, power, or the sheer thrill of the road, we're here to bring you in-depth reviews, latest launches, and motorcycle insights that matter. In today's episode, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about cruiser-style bikes in the Indian market, the 2025 Jawa 42 Bobber. With an updated design, subtle refinements, and more rider-focused features, the 2025 model aims to carry forward the legacy of Jawa with a fresh take on bobber aesthetics. Let's explore what makes this motorcycle stand out in a market dominated by Royal Enfield and other retro cruiser brands. Design and styling, a true head-turner. The 2025 Jawa 42 Bobber continues to embrace its distinctive, minimalist design language that's heavily inspired by classic American bobbers. This time, however, Jawa has pushed the envelope even further with refined details and a more aggressive stance. The floating single seat, chopped fenders, wide handlebars, and beefy tires all add to the motorcycle's raw appeal. New color schemes, including dual-tone options and matte finishes, give it an even more premium and custom-built feel straight from the factory. What's impressive is how Jawa manages to blend retro aesthetics with modern design cues. The LED headlamp and tail lamp, bar and mirrors, and subtle badging create a bike that's stylish yet functional. The overall build quality feels solid, with improved welds, better paint finish, and cleaner panel fits compared to its predecessors. Engine and performance, refined but thrilling. Under the tank, the Jawa 42 Bobber retains the same 334 cubic centimeters, single-cylinder, liquid-cooled engine as the 2023 and 2024 models, but with a few tweaks. The engine is now BS 6.2 compliant, delivering around 29.5 PS of power and 32.7 Newton-meters of torque. But it's not just about the numbers. The real change lies in refinement. The throttle response is smoother, and the vibrations have been noticeably reduced, especially in the mid-range. Jawa has worked on the ECU mapping, making the engine more responsive in urban conditions while still offering ample grunt on highways. Whether you're cruising at 80 km per hour or pulling away from a signal, the power delivery is predictable and satisfying. The 6-speed gearbox remains slick, and the slipper clutch adds convenience in traffic or during aggressive downshifting. Riding dynamics, comfort meets control. Where the 2025 Jawa 42 Bobber really impresses is in its ride and handling. The low-slung seat height of 740 mm, center-set foot pegs, and wide handlebars provide a comfortable yet commanding riding posture. While bobbers are typically built for straight-line cruising, Jawa has tuned the chassis to handle Indian road conditions more effectively. The revised suspension setup, telescopic forks at the front and a 7-step preload adjustable monoshock at the rear, absorbs bumps and undulations much better than before. Cornering is surprisingly confidence-inspiring for a bike of this category, thanks to the grippy 140 mm rear and 100 mm front tires. Braking is handled by disc brakes on both ends with dual-channel ABS, providing strong and progressive stopping power. Whether you're navigating through tight city roads or cruising down a highway, the bike feels stable and well-balanced. Features and tech, modern yet minimal. Jawa has kept the tech minimal, in line with the Bobber ethos, but it does offer all the essentials. The digital instrument cluster, introduced in the previous generation, sees minor updates for better readability in daylight. It includes a gear position indicator, odometer, trip meters, fuel gauge, and clock. There's no Bluetooth connectivity or navigation, but honestly, that's a conscious choice to preserve the stripped-down, retro character of the bike. However, Jawa has listened to rider feedback and improved the ergonomics. The seat padding is plusher, and the adjustable seat mechanism allows for some customization. Small touches like better switchgear quality, USB charging port, and hazard lights enhance the day-to-day usability of the motorcycle. Fuel efficiency and practicality, a daily cruiser. Fuel efficiency remains consistent with the segment average. In real-world riding conditions, the the 2025 Jawa 42 bobber delivers around 30 to 35 kilometers per liter, depending on your riding style and road conditions. With a 13.2-liter fuel tank, you can expect a practical range of 350 to 400 kilometers on a full tank, decent for weekend getaways and urban commutes alike. While it's not a commuter in the traditional sense, the bobber is surprisingly versatile. The engine's tractability, comfortable ergonomics, and manageable weight of around 185 kilograms make it quite usable for daily rides. Just don't expect luggage mounts or pillion practicality. This is a solo rider's machine through and through. Price and rivals, worth the premium. The 2025 Jawa 42 bobber is priced starting around 2.25 rupees lakh, ex-showroom, depending on the variant and color. That puts it squarely in competition with the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, Honda CB350, and the Kiwi V302C. Compared to its rivals, the Jawa 42 bobber is more niche, aimed at riders who want something distinctively styled and emotionally engaging. While it may lack the massive service network of Royal Enfield, Jawa has steadily improved its after-sales experience and availability of spare parts. If you're drawn to its looks and don't mind the solo seat limitation, the 42 bobber offers excellent value for its performance and character. Final verdict: a machine with soul. To wrap it up, the 2025 Jawa 42 bobber isn't just a motorcycle, it's a statement. It's not for everyone, and it doesn't try to be. But for those who appreciate old-school charm with modern performance and engineering, this bike hits all the right notes. Jawa has polished what was already a promising package and created a motorcycle that feels unique in a sea of cruisers. So, is it the best bobber under 2.5 lakh? That depends on your priorities. If you want practicality and pillion comfort, you might look elsewhere. But if your heart beats for solo rides, classic styling, and the rumble of a well-tuned engine, the 42 bobber is a compelling choice. That's all for today's review of the 2025 Jawa 42 bobber. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more honest, rider-focused reviews, don't forget to subscribe to Motor Max and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Have thoughts or questions about the 42 bobber? Drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. Until next time, ride safe and keep the throttle open. Fuel efficiency and practicality, a daily cruiser. Fuel efficiency remains consistent with the segment average. In real-world riding conditions, the 2025 Jawa 42 bobber delivers around 30 to 35 kilometers per liter, depending on your riding style and road conditions. With a 13.2-liter fuel tank, you can expect a practical range of 350 to 400 kilometers on a full tank, decent for weekend getaways and urban commutes alike. While it's not a commuter in the traditional sense, the bobber is surprisingly versatile. The engine's tractability, comfortable ergonomics, and manageable weight of around 185 kilograms make it quite usable for daily rides. Just don't expect luggage mounts or pillion practicality. This is a solo rider's machine through and through. Price and rivals, worth the premium. The 2025 Jawa 42 bobber is priced starting around 2.25 rupees lakh, ex-showroom, depending on the variant and color.